Yesterday, I played Royal Portrush on TGC software with the ProTee VX launch monitor. Let's see how it goes in honor of the Open Championship this week.
All right, here we are, hole one at Portrush. Really solid drive here, right down Broadway. Gonna get started with an easy fairway. Second shot, 129. We hit a gap wedge in there a little deep. Gonna leave about 30-40 feet for birdie. And look at that, starting off hot with a birdie, cashing this putt. Let's go. Second hole here, little tiny bit right, but look at this bounce. Speed slot off the downslope of the bunker, avoiding that fescue, setting ourselves up for a mid-iron into this par 5. This one really solid low cut, leaking a tiny bit left, but it's able to barely catch the surface. Got ourselves a long eagle putt and left it short. Just can't do that. That was outside of gimme range. That was an atrocious birdie putt. Not going to go in. Ended up with a par. Next hole, 184. Just barely left of the pin. Narrowly avoided disaster there. And that ball finally stopped rolling. Tried my hand a little bump and run play. It actually wasn't bad, but left myself a dicey little 10-footer for par. And was able to save it. Next one, 482 drive. Hit this really good, but again, got away with a pretty lucky bounce. That OB fence was in play. Second shot out of the primary cut. I don't know what happened here. I absolutely bombed this. We'll call it a TGC flyer. So finding myself in a walkway about 3 holes away from 50 yards over the green. Nice little pitch up here. Chipped it up to try to save the bogey. Limited damage there. All right, next one, 351 downhill. I got excited for this one. Went after it. Bombed a driver. Got a little run out and found the putting surface. Looking at setting up an Eagle 2. We'll see if I can make it. And again, Eagle putt, woefully short. Not good. Good news is, was able to convert the birdie this time around, unlike last time. Next hole, 197 par 3. Got this one really strong again. Apparently the swing was firing on all cylinders during this round, because there were a couple, we're going to see more to come, that were just bombed over the green. Chipped this one up from deep to about 10 feet, pin high left. Setting up the par attempt, but left it short. All right, hole 7, par 5. This one's pretty long. Kind of pop it up, but it's right down the middle, so I'll take that any day. And emphasis of how high toe that contact was. This one I attempted to hit driver off the deck. Just trying to scare it pretty close to the green. Ended up right in the lumberyard. Over by the TV tower in the fescue. Can't see anything. 55 yards. Don't know what's happening. Yeah. Set up a little bit of a dicey birdie chip here to try to save par. And that was a horrendous chip. Just no excuse. Nuked it. Now I got to try to 2-putt to secure the bogey on a big breaking putt. able to get it inside a gimme range to save the par. Next hole, complete quackarooski, hard right, never even got off the ground, left myself with a long ways back in. So from the fescue, 209. This one felt good. It helps that you're still hitting off of a fairway turf here, but able to put that one on the green and set up a birdie attempt, albeit from pretty long range. And cashed it. The 31 footer goes in. How about that for a turnaround? Next one up here, driver. Was able to catch a lot of fairways here and avoid those pot bunkers. Absolutely crucial in the open. Nothing but a light little gap wedge here. Ended up going right at it, but a little bit deep. Still a green in regulation. Another right to left slider from about 30 feet. This one does not go in and is pretty poor, to be honest with you. Not in the gimme range. 8 footer is left. That 8-foot putt to save par. Can I do it to close the 9? No, missed it. Bogey on 9. All right, hole 10, 447. Hit this one well, but it's a little bit pulled into the fescue. Again, we're not playing a game of lies here. We're hitting off of our swing turf. So thankfully you don't have that variable, but playing it out of the fescue, 132-yard wedge. Hit a really good one here that just creeps a little bit past pin high, but sets up a close birdie effort. But the big breaker ends up on the low side. Next hole, 474. Hit a nice rip draw here. Get a little bit of some run out to take this monster of a hole to just a short iron in. Better distance control here. Got one up there to about 5-6 feet. It does make me putt it, and I missed it again. Right to left putts, just getting me lately. All right, hit another rip draw. This one's a little bit right. It was hitting the driver well, but they were leaking right at times. Caught a little bald patch in the fescue grass to set up a recovery right at the stick. And that's what you call a gimme birdie out of the fescue. Next hole, long par 3, downhill, 205. Hit this one just a little bit left and found ourselves in the first pot bunker of the day. This one doesn't look too bad though. So I hacked that out, pin high left, setting up a gimme par inside of that 6-foot range. Next hole, a little bit of a cut drive. Hit it solid, but leaked it left. Was able to stay out of the heavy stuff in that first cut. Hit a mid-iron into the green. This was not hit well. Completely chunked off the toe, but stayed out of severe trouble. Third shot, I went with a bump and run. Little Texas wedge Scotland play there, but was not able to convert the par. In fact, hit it so far by that it nearly got out of the gimme range. 15th hole. Again, hit this one really well, but it was leaking a tiny bit right. This one was able to land softly and stay out of trouble. A lot of pretty severe slopes from what I can see in this course. Never played it in real life, but I think we're going to have to look out for any windy conditions that get you on the wrong side of slopes. So I was able to pitch this one up and barely snuck into par, gimme par range. Next hole, par 3, flared this one way out left into the fescue. Got a nice little hop to get out of the heavy stuff. And chipped it up into the bank into a close range par gimme. All right, number 17, 403. I think I started swinging a little harder here because they started to leak out to the left, which was unlike the rest of the round. This one caught the heavy stuff, but with only 90 yards, just hitting a wedge. Able to get one near the green, but it caught the upslope into the bunker. Second pop bunker of the day, and this one was not as successful. Left myself about a 20-footer for par down the hill and missed it on the low side. Down the home stretch, the final hole, 474, par 4. Really narrow landing area, especially when you pull it. Heavy stuff again in that fescue. Took a little bit of a shortcut, so only left a wedge in. Hacked it out of there and got a nice little bounce right at the pin. I mean, how good is that for a finish? We'll take what we can get. So inside a gimme range to close out with a birdie. Very respectable 1 over par. A lot of birdies, a lot of bogeys. Got an eagle in there on 12. Had some volatility, but 1 over. We'll see if that's good enough to make the cut at the Open.